We're only 3 months away from the end of the year, and no grand celebratory or creative activity has taken place since earlier in the year when festivals, parties, weddings and the likes were allowed. This activity has stopped due to COVID-19, which has to date killed more than 800,000 people. While the activities have been stopped in efforts to fight the spread of the scourge, the livelihoods of creatives, that is singers, fashion designers, filmmakers, poets, photographers, dancers and many others in this industry have stopped. While you as a consumer of these products bemoan the lack of entertainment from your favorite artist, or because you cannot rock your favorite designer's creations to a wedding due to the cessation of these festivities, the creatives are suffering due to the sudden and massive loss of revenue opportunities that once put food on their tables. With worries mounting every day on whether or not things would return to normal, creatives are losing hope in the survival of their industry, which contributes just over 5% to Botswana's gross domestic product. The drying well prompted many to call for help from various players in various sectors of the economy in efforts to keep alive the arts and creative industry during these tough, trying times. One such organization that heeded to this call is the First National Bank of Botswana, who pledged to help the sector with 1.5 million pula in partnership with their corporate social responsibility arm, the FNB Foundation. The bank came up with the Bodiragatsi Jwame Lentswe initiative, whose aim was to support the industry during this travesty. To talk more on this, we invited the bank's Director of Marketing and Communications, Peo Porogo.
FNB, in partnership with our CSR arm, FNB Foundation, we decided to donate 10 million pula to COVID Relief Fund. Part of that 10 million, 5 million pula went to government fund and 5 million pula we kept for the various initiatives. And in those initiatives, we set aside 1.5 million for the creative arts industry, and that is how Bodiragatsi Jwame Lentswe came about. So we issued out a call for proposals from the various creatives in the industry for them to showcase their talent during this pandemic and during lockdown.
What quantifiable results can you speak to about the program from when the initiative was initially launched? Perhaps speak also on the impact it has had on the actual industry or the artists themselves.
This was quite an exciting project for us, or I would say a campaign for us, because when we started, we just looked at the various creative industries and picked about 9, which were music, fashion, poetry, film, documentaries, among others. And we went out, and this was really informed by the various proposals that we usually get from the youth around Botswana. And we went out and asked our youth to submit their talent, really, to submit what is it that they think they can showcase to Botswana during this time. And the response was really overwhelming. We received close to 1.5 submissions, and from those submissions, we've had about 150 beneficiaries from this initiative. For example, under fashion, we awarded this to 2 fashion houses, and from the 2 fashion houses, 20 fashion designers benefited. So you can see that as much as what maybe our customers out there were seeing was 2 fashion houses being awarded, but behind that there were 20 fashion designers, as well as the online music show where we had 10 shows for online music show, but behind it we had the production crew, the film crew and so forth. So we had a lot more people, numbering to about 150 people benefiting from this initiative.
What sustainability strategy do you have in place for these initiatives, or the specific one actually?
This is something that was not really new to us as FNB or FNB Foundation. Throughout the year, we receive a lot of proposals, a lot of asks from the community to support various initiatives. So we have supported the creative industry before. We have supported local artists. We had an internal marketing campaign launch where we engaged 2 big creatives in the country to really perform during our virtual show. And I really encourage a lot of organizations as well to do the same, to say, even during this time where we are under lockdown or where there are no events that are happening, we can still find innovative ways to engage our creatives and have them do some sort of shows or performances during whether it's our virtual meetings on Zoom or Microsoft Teams. So we, as FNB, will continue to do the same. We are still receiving proposals even outside Bodiragatsi, Jwame, Lentswe to review and look at, and anything that really speaks to youth employment, youth empowerment, we support.
Let us go back to speaking about Bodiragatsi, Jwame, and Lentswe again. Was this a once-off initiative specifically for this COVID-19 time, or can artists look forward to such an initiative in the following years to come?
It was an exciting campaign for us, and one that came about because of COVID-19 specifically, and we've never really gone out and done anything this big before, or anything where we spend so much money. A total of 10 million, 5 million set aside for the various initiatives was quite big for us and quite bold, and it was really as a response to what was happening with COVID-19. And we intend to do a lot more going forward because the creative industry will continue to suffer for a little while and for longer than even post-COVID-19.